installing the temple and arranging the time, many times, all these things are, whatever connected with this thing, thoughts generated in your mind are simple thoughts or wholesome thoughts. And so from this morning you prepare Dana and Bodhi. And the first portion of that we offer to the Buddha after observing precepts. Reason behind that is, in Buddhist, Sri Lankan Buddhist tradition, whenever you do something in the temple or anywhere, we start with Panchasila or 5 precepts. That is the foundation of our spiritual practice, spiritual life. So always, reason behind that is, due to our lack of our mindfulness, we may commit, violate those things, even though you recite it. We are not mindful of it. We lose our mind. Therefore, you may not notice it, but sometimes you may lie to your friend. Sometimes it happens to be so. You don't enjoy that much, but it's still habitually, there are habitual things that we always do. What we call as habitual karma. And that's a karma category. There is one called habitual karma. Therefore, what we have done in the past, we are still doing it. We don't know that we do it. So you might have done some things like that. So then in that way we violate our principles that we make as a practice, especially 5 precepts. So therefore, always, Sri Lankan monks in the temples, they have a habit of officiating, 5 precepts. That is the reason why I say that, I don't see that when I go to Burmese temples. Yeah, I believe in Thai also they don't do that often. I think the reason behind is that you determine to practice, and in there sometimes they determine, they observe, and they practice it. I think that should be the reason. Sometimes we don't know, even though once is enough, or you can determine that every day morning I'm practicing it. But who knows? Things happen sometimes. Therefore, whenever we do wholesome practice like this, we always observe 5 precepts and then we do it. So, being in that spiritual foundation, you offer the first portion of food to the Buddha. Right. And then what we did was, we offered the Sanghadana. Even though 5-6 months are here, you didn't offer to personal to these months. Think of whole community, you offer Sanghadana. Know these summary stories. And after that you are listening to chanting the sutras of blessing. That helps you to keep your mind in wholesome state. So very pure mind, we develop a wholesomeness or meritoriousness. And now it's time for us to dedicate this meritology part of it. As I remind you before, we don't know. There are so many relatives we know and we don't know. Many lives, the story began that during the Buddha's time, King Bimbisara, that's where this tradition began. His many lifetime ago, his group of relatives were expecting spiritual help. So they appeared in his dream. So he went to the Buddha and asked, I had a bad dream, and so what is the solution to that? So he, advised, dedicate merits to them. So he did that. From that time onwards, still we are having this tradition of sharing merit. So now let us do that. So you and we all may have relatives who've gone away from us this lifetime and also many lifetimes ago. If any of those relatives are expecting any kind of spiritual help, may they rejoice with wholesomeness, may they be well happy and be may they all attain ultimate happiness of Bana. Having that aspiration in our mind, let us transfer the merit, reciting Idam me jnatinam hotu sukhita hotu jnatyo.
Just pour it little by little.
You can hold
both of you.
Yeah. For you. Idam me jnatinam sukhita hotu jnatyo. Idamme Nyatinam Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Idamme Nyatinam Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Yathavarivaha Pura Paripuranti Sagaram Evamevaito Dinnam Ketanam Upakappati Namedakam Vattam Yata Ninnam Padati Evamevaito Dinnam Ketanam Upakappati Sitam Pattitam Tuyam Kittameva Samijjatu Sabde Purentu Citta Sankappa Jambo Pannaraso Yata Manijo So that is called Bhakti